Everybody, welcome back to another Adobe Photoshop CC 2019 tutorial, guys. I'm going to show you how to make a regular picture, like a nice color picture like this, into a vintage black and white picture that was taken in the 50s, or it's going to look like it was taken in the 50s. Now, if you hear some snorting and barking, that's my puppy dog just running around with me. But, all right, photographers, let's get right into this. This is not too hard. Should take only a minute or two to do it. All right, so the first step here is we've got our photo loaded up. If you're following along, use any old photo. It'll work on anything. The second step here is you want to right-click on your photo, or on your layer, pardon me. I guess they're the same. Right-click, and we're going to convert this to Smart Object because we're about to be starting to throw on some filters. All right, the first step is I'm going to apply, here it is, noise. We're going to add some noise, just like my dog is with his toy. We're going to add in a little noise. I'm going to add in a bunch of noise. I'm going to add in like 25%. Or no, yeah, 25%. And again, it won't look like this when it's done. I'm doing more than I probably normally would, and that's just because I want to show you the effect, and I want it to be a little more obvious than it would be if it was done, maybe to taste. So that is the first step, and I'm going to left click on OK, and we are on our way. Now, the next step is we're going to go back up here to filter, and actually, no, we're not. We're going to go down here, and we're going to create a new layer. So let's come here, we're going to hover over this, and this is add new fill layer, an adjustment layer, that's what it's called. The first one we want to add on, of course, is black and white. And boom, we are now black and white. Now this doesn't look very good, I understand that, but we're going to get there. The next step here is to use tint. Most pictures from like the 50s and 60s had a sepia yellowy orangey tint, so we're gonna go for that look here. So I'm gonna click on this box and we're gonna apply this. Now this is the tint that I've chosen. If you want to go for like a hardcore orangier look, or maybe you want to go for a very subtle faded look, this tint color is totally up to you depending on what you're looking for, but it does matter. So I'm gonna go a little bit more less subtle. I'm going to go for a much more sepia-ish looking tint, and then I'm going to hit OK on this, and now we've got some noised up sepia style orangey borderline vintage, but we've got some more work to do. So let's just go ahead and click off of that. Now the next step is I'm going to click off the image as I clicked in the empty space here, and then I'm going to click back on the photo layer. And now we're going to apply another filter. We're going to go and get the blur. And actually, it's under blur. And then we want to apply a Gaussian blur. And this is now you're seeing, hey, now we're getting in business here. This is starting to look a little better. Yes, guys, I'm going to go up to a radius of about, let's go with 3. How does that look? Okay, so we've got a bit of a blur. We've got some noise in the photo. We've got the orangey tint. It's getting there. Let's go with a radius of 3. Yeah, let's go with 3. Let's see how that looks. Okay, pretty close, guys, but you know what? Maybe we want to brighten it up just a little bit. So we're going to go down here to the final edit. We're going to create a new fill or adjustment layer, and then we're going to go to brightness contrast, and then we're just going to brighten it up a little bit like this. And let's take a look at the contrast. Maybe we want to, do we want to jack the contrast? No, the contrast is about where it needs to be. Something like that, guys. So again, this is, of course, seasoned to your taste. Let's go, let's go a little bit less bright because this is an old weathered photo. So yeah, maybe just something like that. Again, guys, this is totally up to you, but these are the steps where you can take a regular photograph, a wedding day photograph, and make it look like it was a wedding from the 50s minus the cool hipster shirt there. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I got a ton of stuff coming up. Stay tuned.